Anxiety doesn't always arrive as panic. Often it arrives quietly, as a mind that won't rest, as a body always bracing, as a feeling that something is wrong even when nothing is. Life may be functioning, work continues, people expect you to be fine, and yet the mind refuses to settle. This makes anxiety confusing, and confusing pain is the hardest kind to live with. We tell ourselves this feeling is modern, a byproduct of speed, technology, and constant noise. But the restless mind is not new. Nearly 2,000 years ago, people without screens or notifications were trying to understand the same inner tension. They didn't call it anxiety, but they understood it deeply. And what they understood may explain why anxiety doesn't simply disappear when we try to think our way out of it. Marcus Aurelius ruled during war, political unrest, and plague. In his private journal, he wrote reminders to himself, not to inspire others, but to survive his own mind. One thought appears again and again. What disturbs us is not what happens, but how we interpret what happens. Anxiety, the Stoics noticed, is not created by events alone. It is created in the space between what is happening and what the mind imagines might happen next. The imagination rarely stays in the present. It moves ahead. It rehearses. It prepares for loss before loss arrives. And the body responds as if the danger were already here. Another Stoic, Epictetus, noticed something even more unsettling. Most anxiety is not fear of disaster. It is fear of losing control. We replay conversations, we predict outcomes, we try to secure the future by thinking harder about it. But Epictetus made a quiet distinction. Some things are ours. Most things are not. Our intentions, our actions, our character, not outcomes, not reputation, not the reaction of others, not what tomorrow brings. Anxiety grows where we try to manage what was never ours to carry. The Stoic writer Seneca once observed, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Think about that. How much of anxiety is happening right now? Not later today, not next week, not in some imagined conversation. Now, usually very little. The Stoics practiced returning attention to what the moment actually required, not in a mystical way, in a practical one. What is the next right action? Nothing more. The mind rushes ahead. Life unfolds step by step. To modern ears, Stoicism can sound cold, restrictive, emotionless, but its discipline was not about suppression, it was about relief, training attention so the mind would not wander endlessly, practicing discomfort so the fear of discomfort would lose its power, reflecting daily so thoughts would not quietly rule the night. Peace was not something they waited for, it was something they practiced in small, ordinary moments. Today, anxiety feels constant because the stimulation is constant, but the problem is not technology alone. It is the belief that the mind must control everything to be safe. The Stoics offered a quieter reminder: focus on what is yours, release what is not. Act with integrity in the present moment, not to eliminate anxiety forever, but to loosen its grip. Anxiety is not weakness. It is a signal that the mind has wandered beyond what it can hold. The Stoics never promised a life without storms. They offered something steadier, the ability to stand while the weather passed. If anxiety hasn't left you, it does not mean you are broken. It may mean you've been trying to carry what was never yours. And sometimes understanding that is enough to breathe again. Welcome to the timeless path.